You've probably noticed it before. There are people in your life who leave you feeling drained, hollow, heavy, like something invisible was slowly taken from you. And there are others who leave you feeling more alive than when you arrived. But here's the question most people never stop to ask. Not just why does this happen, but why do you keep letting it happen? Why do the same kinds of draining people keep showing up in your life? Why is it so hard to create distance, even when you know how much it costs you? The answer might surprise you because it has very little to do with them and everything to do with you. You're not imagining that difference. It's not in your head. And it has nothing to do with how much you love someone or how long you've known them. What you're experiencing is one of the most real and most overlooked aspects of human health. And almost nobody taught you about it. So let's talk about it today. Your energy is real, not in a vague, abstract way, but in a measurable, documented, scientifically supported way. Every cell in your body generates an electromagnetic field. Your heart alone produces an electrical field that extends several feet beyond your body in every direction. The HeartMath Institute has studied heart brain coherence and the way emotional states influence heart rhythm patterns for decades. And what they found changes the way you think about every relationship you've ever had. They discovered that our hearts are constantly broadcasting and receiving signals that affect not just our own biology, but the biology of the people around us. In other words, when you're in the presence of another person, something is happening between you at a level far deeper than words. Your nervous systems are talking to each other. Your electromagnetic fields are interacting. You are literally affecting each other's biology. This is why certain people leave you tired and others leave you alive. Now, here's where it gets really important. Because most of us were never taught to pay attention to this. We were taught to be polite, to show up, to give people the benefit of the doubt, to push through the discomfort of feeling drained, because that's what good people do. And so we learned to override the signal, to call the exhaustion normal, to stay in what costs us because leaving felt selfish or disloyal or like giving up on someone we love. That's not weakness. That's a pattern that was handed to you. Here's something worth sitting with. The people we allow closest to us often reflect the story we believe about ourselves. If somewhere deep down you learned that you weren't quite enough, you may have unconsciously accepted relationships that confirmed it. Not because you're broken, because that's what unexamined stories do. They cast the same characters over and over. And we stay, not out of weakness, but because leaving feels like betraying the only version of ourselves we've ever known. That is self-abandonment. And recognizing it is where everything begins to change. So why do you keep letting them in? Because somewhere along the way, you were taught that this is what love looks like, that relationships are supposed to be hard, that needing space from someone means you don't care enough, that a good person stays. And so you stayed, not because you were weak, but because nobody ever showed you another way. But here's what nobody told you. Consistently spending time with people who leave you depleted, whether they mean to or not, is a genuine health issue. Think about that for a moment. The relationships you're in are directly shaping your physical body. Chronic exposure to draining relationships activates your stress response. It elevates cortisol. It suppresses your immune system. It disrupts your sleep, your digestion, your ability to think clearly and feel well. Your body knows who is safe and who is costly. It has always known. You just weren't given permission to listen. So, what makes someone draining? It's rarely about them being bad people. More often, it's about misalignment, a mismatch in energy, values, emotional regulation, or the way they relate to the world. Some people process their own pain by unconsciously pulling from those around them. Some carry a weight of negativity, criticism, or chaos that is genuinely contagious at a nervous system level. Some relationships have a fundamental imbalance where one person consistently gives and the other consistently takes without awareness or reciprocity. And sometimes the person doing all the giving is you and has been for a very long time. And here's the honest truth about this. Sometimes the most draining relationships are the ones closest to us: family members, old friends, partners, people we love deeply, but who consistently leave us feeling hollow after time with them. That is one of the hardest things to acknowledge because acknowledging it feels like a betrayal, like something is wrong with us for noticing, like we should just love harder and push through. But, sweet friend, noticing that a relationship costs you more than it gives you is not a betrayal. It is an act of profound self awareness. And self awareness is the beginning of self love. So, what do you do with this? Here are 3 things to begin with. Start paying attention to how you feel after, not during, because during we're often performing, managing, or accommodating, but after. In the hour after you leave someone's presence, are you lighter or heavier? More yourself or less? That feeling is information. Start treating it as such. Understand the difference between draining and difficult. Not every hard conversation is draining. Not every challenging relationship is one to walk away from. Some of the most life giving relationships involve real honesty, real growth, real friction. The question isn't whether someone challenges you, it's whether being with them ultimately expands you or diminishes you. Begin to protect your energy as an act of self love. This doesn't always mean ending relationships. Sometimes it means creating distance, shortening visits, having honest conversations, saying no to invitations that consistently leave you depleted, spending more intentional time with the people who leave you feeling alive, and less unconscious time with the ones who don't. This is not selfish. This is stewardship. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and a body running on depleted energy cannot heal, cannot thrive, cannot love generously or show up fully for the people and purposes that matter most. Protecting your energy is protecting your health, and protecting your health is one of the deepest acts of self love there is. So, here's something I'd love for you to sit with today. Have you ever stayed in a relationship longer than you should have? And what finally helped you see it clearly? Drop it in the comments below. Let's hold that honesty together. If this video resonated with you, I created something just for you: the Self Love Spark, a free guide to help you build this foundation. You can find it in the description below. And if you're ready to go deeper, the Love Yourself Health Journal is there too. 30 days of coming home to yourself, one loving page at a time. And if this feels like home, subscribe. There is so much more to explore together. And when you're ready, there's another video here for you. And if any part of what we talked about today left you feeling guilty, that guilt has something important to tell you. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about next. Take care of yourself. You deserve it.